And welcome here to Daytona International Speedway, ladies and gentlemen, where we are set for a very special presentation of the FTF Cup Series as we get set for something that's going to be a little bit different. Obviously, a little bit different than our regular starting time. We're earlier in the day, obviously, with the Daytona 500 going on in just a little bit. But this is something we thought we'd lay back, we do something, and it is the FTF Bruh Clash here at Daytona. And as you were seeing on your screen, Mark, this is going to be something that is not your typical clash today.
Yeah, no, definitely something that I've never seen before, especially done on this service where they use the entire Daytona configuration, but featuring the bus stop, which is just, I don't even know what to say about that.
No, I don't either. It's obviously something we saw. The real life clash ran the entire road course, which of course NASCAR has been accustomed to doing the last year or so with COVID and whatnot. But obviously today we're taking it kind of one step further. We're staying on the oval entirely other than the backstretch chicane. So they'll be barreling off the 31 degrees of banking in both sets of corners. And as soon as they get off of turn two, trying to position themselves to take this backstretch chicane and then, of course, just go the rest of the way. Right now, we're running through group qualifying right now. We have about 2 minutes left in it. But as you can see, all cars are on track right now. It looks like Osen Walsh has controlled the fastest time for now, but I'd have to imagine that a couple of drivers, Ryan Doucette may be one that will put down a good time. I believe Brandon Hawkins will be somebody we'll have to look for a little bit later. But we are in group qualifying, so you kind of want that draft everywhere else around the track, but it's just again, this is going to be really interesting. Only 20 laps, should be a quick and fun sprint race.
Yeah, definitely not quite sure what skill set would determine how to be good at this track, because obviously you want to be good on the plate tracks, but then you also want to be able to, make that chicane, because that's also a part of the racing surface. So I don't know. I guess a mixture of a road ringer and a super speedway ace would definitely be beneficial to winning this race.
Oh yeah, no doubt about that. That it's going to take varying skill sets, working the draft. When you make those passes off of turn two, I think that's going to be really key on whether you want to go into that backstretch chicane side by side. But then the rest of the way, you're obviously going to help each other. You're going to draft. I know I see Kyle Riley, Ryan Doucette on track right now. They're trying to set their fastest qualifying time. Right now, 3 drivers in the 55-second range. Osen Walsh has a 55.788, and mind you, that's really without any draft. You have Brandon Hawkins. He has a 55.834, good for second on the board right now. And then actually Seth Noel just broke it as well. So now 4 drivers along with Justin Malolo. So getting into that 55-second range now. Mind you, they cannot go off track either, since this is an iRacing qualifying session. You can't run 2 tires off the racing surface or your lap will not count. So they're trying to do the best they can, but I think this is the last lap that they should be able to put down here. I imagine a lot of these guys with about 10 seconds remaining, this will be their last crack at it.
Yeah, looks like we got a group here. Kyle Riley, Justin Malillo, and the 75 of Doucette, who goes P1, which not surprising.
And Ryan Doucette quickest on the board right now. He hits the 55.539 second range. Noel is able to improve to second. Hawkins still in place with his time, but about half of the field now at this point getting into that 55-second range. And well, that's not going to work. It looks like Riley and Malillo kind of junking it up here on the back straightaway. So that's going to put an end to them trying to get another qualifying time on. But again, just doing something a little fun here before the real life Daytona 500. I know we got that going on in a couple hours, but FTF has made it clear this year that, as they have been since its inception, it's very competitive, but it's very fun. And I think this event represents that pretty well. So a couple more drivers coming to the end here. Jake Poulin putting his last time up in the Jacob Company's Chevrolet. Seth Noel gets his last lap in and that is going to do it. So the grid to start this race is going to look, oh, wow. Man, Seth Noel, big death there as they enter turn one. He's barrel rolling down on the inside here, but it's looking like the grid is going to have 14 drivers that took a lap in qualifying. I think we're going to have about 16 or 17 that ended up taking the green flag. We heard earlier in the drivers meeting that cautions are going to be sparingly used. Obviously, if there's some type of dangerous situation out there, they'll throw it, but they'll try to keep the yellow flag in the flagman's pocket if they can. But here's the starting grid. Ryan Doucette takes pole, 55.539. Again, mind you, that's, what are they running at Daytona here? Solo car, about 40, mid 40s or so. So you're losing about 10 seconds taking that backstretch chicane. Seth Noel will start to his outside of row number one of 55.769 for him. Osen Walsh in third. Fourth goes to Brandon Hawkins. Fifth is Justin Malillo. Sixth goes to Paul Johnson. 62 of Kyle Riley will roll off from seventh. Eighth goes to Ryan Naraki. Jack Painter in ninth, and Ryan Pandashio will round out the top 10 there, Mark.
Jake Poulin will start in the 11th position. Rich Jameson will follow him in 12th. Michael Frisch in 13th. Matthew Zwack in 14th. Nate Stewart will be in 15th. Tyler Duggan in 16th. And Jeremy Clapper will round out the field in 17th.
And those last three drivers not electing to take time. We had a couple of late connections to the server. I think they were not able to get in qualifying before they were fully established in the server with their connections. So bottom three did not take any time. Stewart, Duggan, or Dugan, Clapper, those three did not take time. But cars are sitting on the grid, Mark. Again, I just turned to you. I know we said we're not going to try and throw cautions, but, there's just something about this. I can't help but think we're just going to go off onto that chicane on the first lap, and there might be complete calamity back there.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be the spot to be watching here on the first lap because, man, I don't know what to expect because all 17 of them going into there, somebody's got to make some kind of mistake, I would assume, just because everyone's got different braking spots.
I know, obviously, you've been a part of FTF for quite some time here. What was your speed weeks like going through the Grand National Series, Cup Series? What was it kind of? What were you able to do here? If you were able to race at all, I know there were so many drivers trying to get in or run different races. What was your speed weeks like here at FTF?
So my speed weeks consisted of being one of the slowest drivers to take time in the GNS qualifying session. And I don't think I've run an official FTF race since 2017, to be completely honest with you.
It's been a little bit. I know I remember seeing your name, in our 2003 days. I know, I definitely recognize that name, but yeah, it's definitely been a little bit. But what made you decide to come up here in the booth and kind of share a few laps maybe over the next 20?
Well, during the COVID pandemic and whatnot, I did a lot of broadcasts here at STN just because I just got laid off and I had nothing better to do. So me and some of my friends would help Zach with the broadcasts. And since I'm not really good at the whole driving on iRacing, I figured I'd want to still be a part of the racing in some fashion. So I'd come up in the booth and have a good time with everybody.
All right. Well, sounds like a plan, and we'll plan to get this one in. The FTF Cup Series Bruh Clash is now underway. Ryan Doucette, Seth Noel getting up through the gears, not going to barrel off into the road course here. Going to take it all the way through the high degrees, 31 degrees of banking here through 1 and 2. We'll see how quick they get up to full song, already about at 180 miles an hour. But you have to imagine off of 2, this 2-wide pack is very quickly going to look to get single file as Doucette reaches even 190. But no braking markers on the walls, too, so you got to kind of do it yourself. As Walsh is going to take the lead, he locks him up. Doucette gets in, and a couple drivers miss it.
Oh, we got like the entire second half of the pack in the tire bundles there. Frisch is in it. Jake Poulin.
I don't know what happened there. I think Kyle Riley, he had an engine failure or something. I think he downshifted. His car goes up in smoke. Walsh misses it. So Riley has smoke, and then obviously back behind them, they just completely missed it. I think Naraki got tagged by the 114. He's trying to get down into the corner, and then Jack Painter comes across the nose of Jake Poulin. Frisch is in the tires. Everybody's in the tires.
Yeah, not a good look for the first lap, but yeah, Kyle Riley looks like No, it looks like he's still going. I think engine failure. I don't really know what that is.
There is an awful lot of smoke coming out of his car. Maybe they have a fast repair or something. No, he definitely has some smoke coming out of the back of his car. There's no doubt about that. But
Yeah.
again, this is something that these drivers just have to really be conscious of. They're still using the same setup that they would use on the oval, so same gearing, same everything. And I think Riley just shifted down in the third so quickly that unfortunately wasn't able to work. Why don't we go ahead and ask Kyle what happened there? Kyle, there's smoke coming out the back of your car. What's going on?
We hit the downshift a little too early, buddy. We hit about 25,000 RPMs. It's all good though because we left fast repairs on mistakenly. So, sometimes life works in mysterious ways, and we benefited today.
Right. Well, that Ford Mustang definitely able to handle that 25,000 RPM downshift into the backstretch chicane. Do you think that we're going to see a lot of what we just saw, where guys are going side by side in that chicane? Because it didn't seem like it worked out the first time.
I think as we keep going, it'll clear up, and eventually people are going to kind of get single file. That being said, we're still going to have people trying to make passes down there. As we all know, this is technically a road course since we are turning right. So if we do have an incident like that doesn't bring out a caution, I think that'll clean up the rest of the race from there on. But we're going to have to see how that plays out.
Now, my question for you is, if you flip in this race, what determines if it's a flip or not?
Well, here in FTF, we do utilize the Mark Sabeka law of flipping, which means that your car has to be exactly 180 degrees to the center of the earth, not the banking below you. So by that rule, I would have to have my roof on the ground anywhere on the racetrack except the corners.
All right, well, fair enough. We got to get closer to that $15 Wendy's gift card that is up for grabs.
The ever-coveted Wendy's gift card.
You could buy like 2 Baconators with that.
That's like 3 4-for-4s if you just get it yourself and don't get it shipped.
I was about to say, I don't know who goes to Wendy's anymore and actually gets like a combo. Like if you get a 4-for-4, I mean, what you're getting fries, nuggets, and a sandwich and a drink for $4. Like you're getting more food for less money. Like I just don't know why you wouldn't do it.
Some people just don't think, and we're about to see evidence of that on this restart, I think.
Yeah, unless you just really. I mean, I've gone to Wendy's in the last, since they brought out the 4-for-4, and I have had a Baconator. But you just really have to be craving that Baconator to say I'm not getting the 4-for-4. Like I think it is worth it. But all right, we'll go ahead and let you get back to your team and behind the wheel here, Kyle. But thanks for joining us, and try to shift a little bit later. It may help that engine.
10-4, thank you.
All right, we appreciate Kyle jumping up here in the booth. So amazing, these sim racing drivers. They got so much going on, whether it's on track or in their life, and they just take the time out of their busy race schedule to talk to us. Just amazing stuff right there from Kyle Riley. But I think we were kind of expecting that, Mark, that going off into the chicane side by side. I don't think it's going to work out, and if they don't sort it out, I think we may see the same thing again.
Yeah, I'm hoping that they can get through there cleanly this restart, but after what we saw, I don't know. I'm still up in the air about this whole thing, but it seems to be pretty entertaining, so we'll give it another shot.
Seems like the fast repair that we were just talking about, that's going to be utilized pretty heavily throughout this event, as everybody who was pretty much in that pretty much has a clean race car right now. They came down and got 4 fresh tires as well, so they'll try to see if they can sort it out. A lot of drivers taking that backstretch chicane, I guess, as a kind of a practice or so, try to get down there, but as we've kind of clicked a few laps off already, we're nearly through the quarter-way mark of this race. We'll take lap number 5 here. in a race that shouldn't take too much longer. You think 55, 56-second laps. We may be over pretty quickly here if we can kind of get a lap or so clean here. So iRacing.com Mustang pace car pull on a pit road here. Osen Walsh, he made a power move on Ryan Doucette to take the lead before that caution came out. He's able to get control of the top spot, and there they go again at the World Center of Racing. Green flag is out. Doucette crosses over to get down, but otherwise they are still side by side behind him.
Looks like they're going to be 3 wide there for the 3rd position between Melillo and I believe that is Brandon Hawkins that just overtook for 3rd.
Hawkins by for 3rd. One car was slow behind them and kind of fell back. That was Nate Stewart, who may have had an issue, but they are, oh man, they are 3 wide. Oh no. Oh no. Doucette is out of shape. 47 cuts the grass, and Doucette, oh, he overshoots it. He's able to collect it. Everybody else actually able to make it through, but Doucette with the problem, he blows the bus stop, and he's going to lose all that track position. And now, again, this is where it gets interesting because everybody's going to be able to get up to full song, and again, we're going to be going much faster into the chicane this time because everybody's going to be up to, about 200 or so, 190 by the time they exit turn 2 this time. But you can see how just one trip through the bus stop already breaks up this field.
It definitely, besides the Doucette running off wide, it was a relatively clean bus stop for everyone else. So I was kind of surprised that that was the only issue we had.
You'll see it once again, really about 5 cars in that lead pack or so as they hit the brakes. Oh, man, Frisch is getting in there deep. Naraki, one blows it. Oh, there's a Nexus machine around. He hits the tire barriers. I think that's all she wrote. That was Matthew's whack that missed the corner, and it looks like Seth Noel, he had a trip into the tire barrier as well. So another couple of mistakes from a few drivers right here. And once again, we're just it's so weird. It's kind of like a football game. You have all the action happening in about 5 seconds, and then this is all the in between play analysis that we break down, and then we just get ready for it to happen again.
Yeah, it was actually running into my head more like the structure of a song, like you're getting ready for a drop or like a breakdown or something, and the rest of it's just the chorus and the repeating loops and everything.
I'll try it once again. Here it comes. The hook. Will it grab him? Osen Walsh. Oh, Frisch completely misses it. He's going to have to come to a stop. The 63 is spinning behind them. He's into the tire barrier. That is hard contact there. Heavy damage for Ryan Pandashio. And yeah, he's definitely fallen victim more than anybody else. That is a bruh moment in this bruh clash for Ryan Pandashio. As again, the rest of the field able to kind of make it through. Frisch blew the bus stop. He came to a complete stop and got on his merry way. So not too hurt was he, but we've also had a change up front for the lead. Brendan Hawkins over Osen Walsh for the top spot.
No, I'm very happy that you actually know how to pronounce Ryan Pandashio's name, because ever since I joined the iRacing part of FTF, I've always referred to him as Ryan Panic at the Disco. As we go back into the bus stop again, it looks like the leaders will have no issues as usual, and they're pretty much spread out now, so I don't think we're going to see too much other than, the 18 of Jack Painter. Oh!
That is a hard lick. Actually, was that... that wasn't a flip count, but it was close. Is that the rear suspension of that car was bouncing everywhere? Jack Painter.
What's going on there with Painter?
Oh, he can't even drive away. The suspension on that car is totally effed up. Something happened. He broke something, and he cannot even drive away. We'll see a replay of it one more time. He gets spun. Actually, he comes across the nose of Doucette, and the rear end of that car, you can see it just bouncing like a bouncy ball right there. He was not able to drive away. You hate to see it.
Oh! Justin Melillo gets the back of Naraki, but it looks like Naraki's going to keep it pretty straight and not even lose any positions doing that.
Yeah, Malillo got into Naraki on corner entry, but Naraki just kind of dirt tracked it through the grass. And how about this? Naraki and Malillo starting to slowly run down our race leaders here. They're right in that draft, so they're able to keep up. Riley trying to keep up with Malillo as well, but they're trying their best to keep up. But right now, Naraki's kind of running down our top two.
Yeah, after a save like that, it's crazy that he didn't even lose all that much ground and is even gaining on the leaders now.
Yeah, he's going to be, again, right on their tail. Again, 196 is the top speed that Naraki had getting into the chicane, and you're having to get down to about 80 miles an hour to make it through. It's just amazing how much to slow down. Oh, Naraki, though, really loose out of the chicane, and now they're side by side behind him, Malillo, and I think that's Riley who's ended up making his way by. It's actually slowing them down. They probably, yeah, and I think Riley recognizes that. He's going to go try to push Malillo here, but he definitely thinks he's faster than Malillo, but it's faster to just get in line and try to catch those top two by tandeming.
Yeah, side-by-side racing definitely would not be beneficial here for anyone, especially when you get spread out so fast like they are right now. So I would personally just get in line and try to see if we can make up some ground while we can.
That's what they're trying to do now, is the top three under a blanket with Hawkins, Walsh, and now Ryan Naraki. You throw him into the picture as well. And I think these drivers are really starting to figure it out, too. Walsh is kind of taking
advantage. Like Nate Stewart and Jake Poulin are going to have some issues, as Nate Stewart just full throttle in reverse right now.
Yeah, Stewart was definitely he definitely had a lot going on last night at New Smyrna, and yeah, he got a little out of shape there. He got loose as they entered the corner. He was sliding through, and Jake Poulin was there. And yeah, you're right. He just goes full yeet on it in reverse through the chicane.
He had a solid J turn there, but then he decided to spin it back the other way. I mean, it was kind of impressive, but still, like, he knew what he was doing, apparently.
And he's going to need a caution or so to get caught back up here and get back going in the right direction. But again, everything is so spread out now. But a change for second almost. Naraki, Walsh, they went in the chicane side by side. Naraki checked up, but I think the 37 wants by the 47 here. Or they may just try to push each other off and try to run Hawkins down by the time they get to the backstretch again.
Yeah, I wouldn't see wanting to battle so hard for second when you're just letting Hawkins get away with the lead, but it looks like they figured it out and they're going to try to wait for the bus stop to make their moves.
And more contact back in the pack. Nate Stewart and Jeremy Clapper got together in the chicane. We'll have to see if that comes full circle yet again. But look at the shove that Ryan Naraki has. Literally under a bank. They're going to crash. They're going to wreck for second on the banking. Osen Walsh and Ryan Naraki get tangled together. That is not what you wanted to see if you're our top two. And, oh no, they're going to go at 3 wide around Naraki. Riley able to slide on through.
Is that allowed? What Kyle Riley just did?
I didn't really. Oh, no.
He gave up the spot.
Yeah, he's like, I cut through a lot of that chicane, so I'm going to give up that spot. But now, okay, so you have Hawkins now. He's all by himself. We got about 7 laps to go when we get to the stripe here. And we got 4 cars behind them. Naraki's got some damage. Do you try to... I think if you're Riley, Malillo, and Frisch here, you kind of have to work together. Use that draft to your advantage because Hawkins, he's going about 184 by himself. Right now, Frisch is at 192. I think the only chance you have is you got to push each other and try to run down Hawkins.
No, yeah, you definitely need a drafting partner for the rest of the track, but they also need to make the chicane, and that's not what they've been doing in the past couple of laps. They've been just letting Hawkins run away with this. But now we got this opened the door for Michael Frisch heavily, so let's see if he can run him down, our FTF 500 champion.
Well, now what'll hurt the Daytona 500 champion and Michael Frisch is how much they're separated right now. As much as they were working together last lap, it may take them until about turns 1 and 2 until they get formed up again. And we'll see the time difference this time. Brandon Hawkins 56.7, so he loses about a second over what he was running in the draft. Frisch that last time by, he runs him down, but only by 0.2 of a second. So not a huge time gain there for Michael Frisch. So perhaps the draft, not as, you have to have it. Melillo and Frisch need to exit the backstretch chicane hooked up together. They can't have something where it takes them an entire lap to get back in line again. And we'll see if they're able to do it this time through the chicane. Kind of clean, but again, Melillo kind of blows the exit there. But this separation, that's exactly what Brandon Hawkins needs.
Yeah, he's definitely in the best position. It did not help the Walsh Naraki incident. Definitely helped his case, but for second place, that definitely did not help their case for trying to beat Hawkins.
It hasn't, but it's created a pretty good battle here for fourth. Ryan Naraki, Kyle Riley hooked up here. Riley's kind of been slowly working his way back after expiring that engine one time. And look at the run they have on Michael Frisch. They're going to take that run, and Naraki's going to get turned. Oh, no, another big wreck, and that is going to trigger a caution. Oh, man, what is it with the banking that's so hard? But it looks like Riley just trying to push Naraki, gets him in a bad spot, turns him around. Frisch gets involved, and a 3-car wreck. Again, we've seen more wrecks almost on the banking than we've seen on the chicane, and this is going to set up a really interesting finish to the Bruh Clash.
Yeah, definitely. As far as the leader, like the top half of the field, definitely more banking crashes, which is just surprising that, like, I guess just bad bumps is what's causing it, but I don't know.
We'll see it one more time, and you see, the Kyle Riley just gets into the back of Naraki, gets him out of shape. Frisch is just an innocent bystander there, but we do have fast repairs, so these drivers have the opportunity to come down and fix their car, and of course you have tires that you can take, which I can imagine the tires are actually somewhat worn running a oval setup where you're having to basically lock up almost every other run. But you see the huge run they had, and just a ill-timed or ill-placed bump there from Kyle Riley. Let's see what's happening here under caution. That's Michael Frisch and Nate Stewart. Know what was going on right there, but nevertheless, we'll see what happens here. Hawk and Melillo, Riley, your top three. But now it's going to be really interesting to see what happens here on whether Hawkins comes down pit road, who follows him. Everybody that got in that wreck that needs a fast repair will certainly get one. And of course, we're going to be close to green white. Oh man, Brandon Hawkins is staying out. Melillo is as well. Tyler Dugan, he stays out as well. Paul Johnson stays out. So your top four stay out. Everybody else coming down pit road. No, Frisch is actually, I think he's blown up actually. Yeah, Michael Frisch, he's getting pushed down pit road. He blew up, and it was Seth Noel that was pushing him. Now it's Nate Stewart trying to get him in his pit stall. That's great teamwork there. You love to see that.
Yeah, very wholesome indeed to help people get back to their stall after blowing up.
And that allows Frisch to get that quick repair, so now his car is brand new. So yeah, you just love to see that. A great family environment that we have here in the FTF Cup Series. Of course, the Cup Series returning next week, I believe. I think that sounds about right. Coming back next week. Don't know where the hell they're going, but it should be a great time. You should watch it. I believe that'll be on bottom. So see, look, bringing it up, upcoming events. There you go. This is obviously with STN as well. Tomorrow night, assuming that the Daytona 500 runs in its entirety today or tomorrow afternoon, we'll have the Four Corners Racing League Monday night, 8 8:15 p.m. Eastern right here on STN. And, of course, you have the FTF Grand National Series presented by Bar Visuals. They'll take a visit to the Auto Club Speedway. That is next Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern time. And then, of course, the FTF SNSL presented by STN. That'll take place round number 1. iRacing Super Speedway. So if you can remember Coca-Cola Super Speedway from NR 2003, it's scanned as if it can actually be scanned. It's not a real track, but it's in iRacing now. Again, that'll be next Friday, so February 26th at 9 p.m. Eastern. Some fun stuff going on right there, and a pretty cool Super Speedway series going on. Should be a good time, but we appreciate you watching the FTF Cup Series Barra Clash as we get ready for what will be the first of, I was wondering if we were going to get all 3 attempts, but guess what? We are set up and lined up, if needed, for 3 green-white checkers. I think this is exactly what we wanted to see here.
Yeah, hopefully we can have a nice, clean, exciting finish, but if we have to re-rack them, we'll re-rack them.
We'll see if they have to do it again. Again, your top 4 stayed out. The rest of the field, in some form or fashion, either came down pit road, got either 2 or 4 fresh tires, and for the most part, it looks like every car back there is pretty clean, so you have to imagine the fast repairs were on for them as well. Everybody takes the chicane, even though the pace car isn't, and it's totally not necessary, but you love the commitment to what they're trying to do here. So once again, green-white checker territory here. We'll only throw the caution. I believe in the drivers' meeting it was 3 or 4 cars wrecked or a dangerous situation. So we'll see if that happens here, or if a guy like Justin Malillo can play spoils to Brandon Hawkins, who looks to be the fastest car out here so far today. We'll have to see how that works. So pace car going to pull off, 2 laps to go. If we wreck them up on lap 1, we'll try it again as Brandon Hawkins looking to get down and away, and we are set for 2 more laps here at Daytona.
Looks like he's going to get a nice shot from the 29 of Duggan behind him in that Tennessee Volunteers paint scheme, but we see Justin Malillo up top, losing a couple of positions there on that restart.
And how about behind Duggan right there, you have Jeremy Clapper, who's going to go high side 3 wide. They're looking 3. They're looking even 4 behind them. Oh, there's just no way. Duggan gets into the back of Hawkins, and Hawkins saves it. Naraki gets turned about half the field, goes through the grass or misses the chicane, and that is going to trigger another caution.
Looks like we get to do this again. How about that?
That all started up front, Duggan into the back of Brandon Hawkins, and then, of course, further on back, Ryan Naraki. I mean, he got hooked in the right rear entering that corner. I don't know how that happened or if he just wheel hopped. Actually, yeah, he gets into the back of Malillo, who gets him into the 86, and then he just kind of spins it on the pavement here as Michael Frisch blew the corner. We'll get another look at it here on the Bar Visuals replay, but just absolute chaos as we could have predicted there heading into the backstretch. And Mark, I just don't know if we're going to be able to sort this out because we're going so slow through the gears. Nobody really wants to slow down and get in line. And I mean, obviously you can see 2 and 3 wide into that chicane is just, it doesn't matter whether you're running the Daytona 24 and a bunch of cars that are built to make that turn. I just don't think in a stock car there's any way you're going to get that to work.
Yeah, I definitely feel like the better approach here would be kind of letting everyone go for it and just hope that they make it through, and if it goes green, making up spots not on the first lap.
Well, actually, let's go ahead and catch up with another one of our drivers. We'll throw Justin Malillo in here on the spot. Justin, we're in green-white checker territory, which, for the most part, I thought we would kind of sort things out here. But now that we're in this kind of weird position where everybody's going to be bunched up heading into the backstretch, how are you going to try and navigate the absolute chaos that it is trying to get down from about 190 to 80 miles an hour going 2 and 3 wide?
Blake, I have absolutely no idea. We're just going to hold on to the steering wheel and we're just going to grip it, we're going to rip it, and we're going to hope that we survive.
Well, I think that's really all you can do. You have 2 more attempts at a green-white checkered. You have unlimited fast repair, so there's really nothing to lose. And again, this is a race for fun. So aside from going for the win, I guess not much matters. But do you think we even see the checkered flag finish in this one, or do you think it's going to happen under yellow?
Well, thankfully, we will be guaranteed a checkered flag finish because on the third green-white checker, we will let it play out, run its course, even if the whole field dies. So we'll see a green flag finish today, and that's the beauty of the rules of the FTF rulebook.
Oh no! Trouble! Kyle Riley, Tyler Duggan. Big contact there under caution as Duggan was not planning on taking the chicane under caution, and Riley did, and they just they smacked each other's doors. That was awesome. But yeah, great stuff here, Justin. We appreciate you jumping up. We'll let you get ready to the task at hand, try to finish out this clash.
Thanks, guys. It's definitely going to be it's going to be something to watch for sure.
Yeah, drive safe.
I probably won't.
Justin Milo, ladies and gentlemen, probably won't drive safe. And we see under caution, wow, that's going to force Tyler Duggan to come down pit road. He hit Kyle Riley so hard, he's pitting. That under caution, that is crazy here. But we've seen most of the field. They've been pretty committed to, even under caution, taking that backstretch chicane, and Tyler was just not expecting them to do that, and Riley just pancaked the side of that Tennessee machine. But I mean, a Tennessee car getting beat up. I mean, what's new there?
Yeah, I mean, can't say that the football team is doing any better than that car is damage-wise.
No, I mean, I think they're on their like 4th coach in probably like 6 years. So I don't know. Maybe this time will be different, you know?
Maybe. You never know.
All right. Enough Tennessee jokes. Brandon Hawkins, Kyle Riley now your top 2. Ryan Doucette has worked his way back into the top 5. He's starting on the inside of row 2, so he's got a crack at it. It's just whether Riley doesn't take the chicane this time. I think he knows what happened the last time he tried to take it. So he ends up gaining a spot out of Tyler Duggan coming down pit road. But nevertheless, we'll try to work this out. Again, like Justin said, this is our second of a potential 3 green-white checkered attempts. If the caution needs to be thrown, they'll throw it again. But if we get that 3rd attempt, we will, no matter what, finish under green. They refuse to throw the caution. So here we go. Brandon Hawkins, Kyle Riley, Ryan Doucette, Osen Walsh back into the frame. Let's see if they make it. Let's bruh it up.
Hopefully we don't have another bruh moment in the chicane.
Well, the biggest bruh moments have happened in turn 2 on the oh man, they're already going 3 wide. Seth Noel in the yellow line. Oh, man, they might not even make it to turn 2. Oh, Seth Noel, what a power move there. I believe there is no yellow line rule because obviously they're going below the yellow line to make the backstretch chicane, shockingly enough. All right, let's see what happens here. 3 wide. Here comes Noel up the outside. Doucette looking for the inside. He gets into Hawkins. Oh, there's no way. There's just no way. Doucette goes off. Hawkins actually makes it somehow.
Wow.
Wow. And a couple of drivers missed the chicane, but it looks like for now we're going to stay green. So can the Nexus Esports teammates of Doucette and Noel make a charge here late at Brandon Hawkins? They're going to have a ton of draft, and it looks like we're going to get to the white flag, so we will see this thing through to the end. Noel and Doucette, a huge run at Brandon Hawkins. Oh, and Hawkins, oh no, they're wrecking.
Not the teammates.
Oh, Hawkins blocked all the way below the yellow line. Whoa. And now, oh, Doucette! Oh my God.
That's a flip.
Oh, man. Oh, big rip there. That is a bruh moment for sure. But down the back straightaway for the lead, Osen Walsh, Brandon Hawkins into the chicane for the final time. They make contact. They're wrecking behind him.
No, they still haven't wrecked. Well, now they're wrecking.
And Brandon Hawkins able to get through clean is now Frisch and Walsh side by side for second, but it looks like Brandon Hawkins is going to be clear in a way set to win the FTF Cup Series bruh clash, but drag race for second. They touch again. They might touch a third time here. Walsh trying to get away, and it looks like he's going to be able to hold on for second. Again, Brandon Hawkins with the win. Walsh brings it home second. Frisch finishes in third, Jake Poulin fourth, fifth goes to Ryan Pandiccio, or Panic at the Disco, whatever you want to call him. My goodness, that was crazy. I cannot believe Ryan Doucette there. He took such a hard lick into 1 and 2 that last lap. He was trying so hard.
He went for a wild ride there. Once he hit the grass, that thing got all four off the ground, and it just didn't stop.
No, and I mean that is a true flip. You know, when we've had our shortage of flips here at FTF, hops across the transition for the road course, nearly flips, and then is going about 140 when apparently there's just some pickup in the concrete or something down there where that opening is. And my goodness, that car just, you see here, he wanted to get low. Hawkins anticipating it. What a great block that Hawkins threw right there. Noel gets spun around, and you see just not smooth ground. And right here is going to be the launch for the Zoo Pals machine right there. Up 1.5 into the outside wall, and then, I mean, my goodness, this is what does Doucette. And driver's side, a remarkable impact. The window net is down, so we know Ryan Doucette is okay, but my goodness, it just makes you really respect what these virtual race car drivers go through.
I'm surprised Hawkins held on to that. I would have thought he would have been going around too.
Yeah, I mean, Hawkins getting into the backstretch chicane on that last lap, he got a big shove he got a nice hit in the door to Walsh, but Walsh missed the chicane. As a result, Hawkins was able to keep going on through, and after they weren't formed up, it was just it was pretty easy to the end. All right, so what a race that was. We'll take a look at the standings here. Brandon Hawkins, your winner. Osen Walsh brings it home in second. Michael Frisch in third. Jake Poulin rounds it out in fourth. Ryan Pandiccio in fifth. Jack Painter finishes up in the sixth position. Seventh goes to Matthews Whack. Naraki was contending early on. He finishes in the eighth position. Rich Jamison ninth, and Paul Johnson rounds out the top 10.
Looks like Seth Noel and Jeremy Clapper will come home in 11th and 12th. Kyle Riley will take home the 13th position after a very eventful day. Nate Stewart comes home in 14th. Tyler Duggan in 15th. And then Ryan Doucette and Justin Melillo will round out the field in 16th and 17th.
Well, what an epic race here. We'll try to see if we can't catch up with Brandon Hawkins and get some of his thoughts on this race. I knew he was going to be a contender. He really, whether it's road courses or you even throw the stock cars on road courses, he's definitely one of the best in the business when it comes to iRacing here. So I think you had to tab him as a favorite. I just didn't know how much the draft would kind of play into his favor, but nevertheless, what a drive for Hawkins here. I don't know if we're going to be able to get a hold of him, but still a very bruh clash, as much as bruh clashes can bruh.
Yeah, he's absolutely one of the best road racers, at least in this little realm of sim racing. I know when Monin ran his Ring Around the Roadies League, all my roommates and friends would always complain about him whooping their butts every week.
Yeah, I had to broadcast it, and you can imagine how boring it was for me trying to make it sound exciting every week. But Michael, man, what a race there. How much fun was that?
That was pretty exciting. I had a lot of fun with these guys. Sent it in on the bus stop on the last lap, and it absolutely worked. So that was surprising. Didn't get turned or anything after this previous green white checkers were getting ran through all freaking time through the bus stop. So finally it favored in our hand one time and got a top 3 out of it.
How much bruh was that?
The amount of bra that wasn't even on the scale. Like you can't even measure that, to be honest. If I'm being realistic here, you can't even measure that. That was off the spectrum.
What do you say the bruh to clash ratio this event was?
The ratio? And that's a good question. That's a very good question. I don't know if I have an answer for you. You might have to ask chat for that one.
That's a fair assessment.
There you go. So you guys excited for the 500 here?
Oh, I'm very excited. Get cranked up here in about an hour or so, something like that. I'm hopefully praying the weather holds off, but yeah, I'm excited. I don't know he got to win. Well, it's friggin' Daytona, but apparently Bubba failed inspection twice. I'm hearing he may have even failed it 3 times, so he might go to the back.
Oh no, trouble.
That's fine. He'll still be able to make it up to the front with a car like
Yeah,
that.
I mean he's gonna be really fast. So
I also find it hard to believe that how inspection's so weird in NASCAR because he literally ran qualifying and the duels, and now they're like, oh, you failed inspection. It's like it's an impound race, guys. Like, grow up.
It is what it is, though.
all right, well, we'll let you go. Enjoy the race, Michael. Congrats on your 3rd place finish, and we'll catch up here with Mr. Walsh as we bring him on into the booth, and we'll ask you what we just asked Michael. How much bruh to clash ratio was out there in that race?
I mean, it was pretty much all clash. I did wreck a lot. Didn't use my brain. Turned in on Brandon in the last lap. Could have won it. Could have got $5, but no. Turned in on him on the last lap. Ruined that. Then to door Michael Frisch for 2nd. That wasn't really worth it either. There's nothing for it. But yeah, wasn't bad. At one point I tried to push. I'd gotten lapped, and I went to push Brandon, and as I got myself lapped to push him, caution came out. And I thought there wasn't going to be a wave around, so I thought it was done.
I would like to ask what your livery and sponsor is on your 47 machine.
I kind of knew that would pop up. It's a crisp brand here in Ireland. If you ask me, it's the best crisp brand in the world. But yeah, that's what Tato is.
Interesting. I was looking at it and I was just like, wow, that is a very interesting race car.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I quite enjoy it, actually.
It is a really nice looking paint scheme there. We're getting a nice look at the replay here of that battle for 2nd. What more do you think you needed to maybe try to chase down Hawkins? I know you said obviously the contact there from the backstretch chicane on that last lap kind of did you in, but really throughout the race it seemed to be kind of a 2-horse race between who was going to duke it out between you and Brandon.
Yeah, I think on pace we kind of had it. The first run we kind of almost pulled away with the drafting. I was being a bit bad on the bus stop, and I just kept screwing it up, which kind of slowed us down a bit. But we still ended up with like a 3-car breakaway. And then whoever else was in that just wrecked me. I can't remember why, or not why, but they said sorry, so it's probably their fault. And that kind of ruined it. So yeah, and then the last lap, I thought he'd kind of arc me out, and then I looked at the replay and I turned in like he wasn't even there. So kind of blew that for myself. But there you go. That's my fault for losing my $5.
All right. Well, we'll let you get out of here. Congratulations on the 2nd place finish. And I actually do think finally Brandon Hawkins rears his ugly head in here. So as if we needed, one more interview at a road course with Brandon Hawkins in Victory Lane. If you haven't gotten enough of it, here's another one. Brandon Hawkins, winner today. How does it feel to bruh better than anybody else?
Hey Blake, man, it does feel good to bra. That was a pretty intense race, and man, yeah, that was just nuts there, especially those last few laps there. We had a couple green white checkers, I guess, and man, yeah, I was just like worried about getting killed going into the bus stop every time. And luckily, we made it through, and yeah, that was just a really fun race, just great overall.
Talk about that block that you threw on Ryan Doucette. I mean, that was. I mean, obviously you were ready for him to try to go beneath you, but I mean that ended up, I think, kind of being the difference in the race. Is you go below the yellow line to throw that block, and then Doucette. I mean, he ended up just basically dying behind you. But that was kind of the move of the race, I thought.
Well, thanks. Yeah, I know I had to do something. He was coming up at like an extra 10 miles an hour at least, and yeah, I knew if I let him get the bottom, it was gonna be like pretty much game over. I think unless I could have gotten a run out of the bus stop, but. Yeah, I just had such a huge run. I had to throw a really wicked block on him, and that sucks that he ended up flipping over the grass there. That was really unfortunate, but man, that was just a blast. That was a really, really great time.
All right, Brandon. Well, congratulations on your win. Get out of here. Go enjoy the Daytona 500. And I don't know, if we get another road course here at FTF, we'll be sure to talk to you again.
All right, thanks, guys, and enjoy the 500.
Yeah, have a good one.
All right, Mark. Well, that about wraps up our coverage of the Bruh Clash, and it was very Bruh, and I think it was a lot of fun. I think, and that's exactly what this event was meant to do, is to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was fun, and it was definitely one of the most different sim racing events I've seen in quite some time.
It certainly was. Well, we'll see you back here very soon. Tomorrow night, live on STN, the Four Corners Racing League gets rolling off from Daytona. Of course, we'll be back for the FTF Grand National Series presented by Bar Visuals, back at the Auto Club Speedway. That'll be next Saturday night. And then, of course, the Super Speedway is getting going Fridays at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Brand new stuff going on here. It's going to be a lot of fun as FTF Super Speedway style will get rolling off starting Friday, February 26th. And again, that'll be live here on STN. So for Mark Sabetka, for our producer down in the trailer, Zach Johnson, I'm Blake McCandless. Thanks so much for watching the Bruh Clash. And we hope you have a great day and enjoy Daytona Day.